Game on! Brought to you in part by St. Croix Rods, best rods on earth. Ardent, rule the water. Now that's why they call me the Extreme Angler. Strike King Lure Company, gearing up champions for over 40 years. This week on Extreme Angler TV. If you wait long enough, you fish it hard enough, that's what comes in the boat.
Extremely productive in the pre-spawn time period when the fish are moving up, getting ready to spawn, and again in the late fall.
We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to another Extreme Angler TV. You know what? This week I'm going to get back to what I love to do, and I know a lot of our viewers do too. Fishing docks, man-made structure, boathouses, cribs, floating rafts, you name it. Anything that a bass can hide under, I'm going to fish today. The small isolated stuff that's either hit or miss. Sometimes it takes 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 pitches to a certain target area from different areas that you get them to bite. But a lot of times it's going to be that first pitch, thunk, thunk, shake, pow. We're gonna get those fish that are in ambush locations, the ones that are sitting, wanting to eat. It'll probably take some time and effort. It'll take some hours to do that kind of stuff because you gotta go and go and go. But I'm telling you, time is the essence and persistence is the way you're gonna catch them. You keep doing it, you're gonna catch them too. We're gonna do it this week on Extreme Angler. Small pad patch leading out of the bay. It's isolated stuff that I'm gonna hit today. The real big stuff, football fields and stuff of pads and grass and stuff, that's for another day. That's a frog fishing day, or rage toad. Today is soft plastics in small locations for big fish. Let's see if we can do it. That's what I'm talking about. See, dock fish. But I'm gonna work fast but efficient. Put it in, hop it, just shake it. I'm looking for those fish that wanna eat. I don't want any subtle ones. I don't want any lazy ones. I want the ones that just want to eat. So we're going to keep fishing that stuff, find the isolated stuff. Hopefully some of those big bass are in that stuff. Now look at this dock. You got the floating dock, but I'm sure it's got some cribs holding the support systems at the back and stuff. You got a tree coming down, overhanging cedars, lots of weed. There's a lot of good stuff on this dock. So you got to pick it apart. Look for the stuff where you think he's going to be. At the back, by the tree. When I pitch, my focus is just on that bait. I don't look at anything else. Make sure I'm in position and I stay back. I work the trees, throw into all those little edges of the trees. But the dock is my focus. The man-made stuff, it's high potential location that if a fish is there, there's a good chance you can coax him to come out. So I work this side first. There's no reason to pitch to the far end first. You're gonna go there. Work the stuff in front of you first. It just makes sense. The fish is right here, you pull them out, you're not pulling them through chains, cribs, anything sharp that could potentially break your line. So I work along this little corners, put it on the edges of here, let it drop. I'm about 3 feet of water, but there's logs and there's weed and stuff underneath there. Start putting in this side corners, just drop it right in there, let it fall, lift and drop. I just hop that. I'm using a game hog here. Lift and drop. Pitch it in. I see some chains in the water and stuff. Anything that goes in the water potentially can hold fish. They just relate to it. That's all it is. I got a ladder. Ladders are killer, man. Right here. Come on, fish. Where are you? Yeah, look at that. If you wait long enough, you fish it hard enough, that's what comes in the boat. Fat little largemouth. Look at that, eh? Is it dock day on Extreme Angler TV? It could be. Look at that fat little guy. Take a few pictures of a few fish and stuff. Fat little back. But the focus is third week of July, and we're fishing for bass. They've all finished all their business and stuff, and they're back on the feed. It's been overcast, but it's clearing up. So we're gonna just try to put together a pattern of where those fish move when it's overcast, then start to get sunny, how they get into the cover. When it's overcast, rainy and stuff, they could be wandering around. But all the fish don't do the same thing at the same time. They do different things. We'll put him in the box, and we'll try to show you the different ways to catch largemouth bass with different plastics, jigs, but it's clearing up, and I want to see how those fish move from out in those flats and stuff like that, where they could be everywhere and anywhere, into specific targeted objects, either natural structure or man-made. Let's see if they're sitting in those spots where you and I both like to catch them, where we throw in, work the bait, feel that tick, or the line moves and it's a mush, and we set. Keep continuing on. Look for more docks, more man-made structure. You're hitting all high potential stuff. If trees like this got weed in the bottom, I'm telling you, you throw a stick in there, a branch. A lot of times look for branches and stuff that are broken off, falling in the water. Because I tell you, that can be a deadly, deadly little piece of cover that winter storms, ice storms and stuff, wind will break off those branches. You know where they'll go? They'll sit on the ice in wintertime. As soon as it thaws, they'll sink. You find those things, I guarantee you, it's just another piece of the cover those fish can use. Instead of just a weed bed, you got now something they can focus in on, a little log, a branch, or a little bit of a bush to hold to. Long pitch, dark dock. Is there a big old bass in here? There's rocks in there, I can feel them. Got a little fish right there. See that? Cool little bass, eh? Look at that. Just a fat little bass. But I'm going to show you what he was sitting on. Just a nothing little spot, but little crib. Look at that right there. You can see it in the water. You look down, wasn't on the dock. You're sitting on a small isolated piece of cover, just like I was talking about. Little stuff, big business. He's not a big giant fish, but he's a bass. You put your bait in enough stuff like that, little spots, you're gonna get enough of those 2-pounders, but sooner or later you're gonna get those 5s and 6s, because you know the big one moves into those little isolated spots. That's high potential, ambush location. You do it enough, you're gonna catch them too. They always hit it with such authority when they're in this kind of stuff. It's not a real subtle, like tick, it's usually thump, because they mean it. Something's coming to their little domain. And when it's there, and they see it, because you dropped it right where you should, boom. You just reel up that slack and you let them have it, man. There ain't no mercy. You give it to them. Make sure that first hook set finds its mark. Very important. Because 9 times out of 10, they're gonna find something to tangle up in. A good chance either break your line or hook will pull free. So that first hook set has gotta be the good one. Come on, bass, turn around and see it. A little fat bass, look at him. Hey. Whoa! I just got him on the end of the hook set too, that's probably why, eh? He just grabbed that thing and ran out real fast, but you know, 2.5, maybe 3 pounds, I don't know, but it's okay. The sun's getting up, those fish are going where they should be going, and they're biting. That's all that matters. Let's keep going and hopefully get a bigger one. When I'm fishing these docks like this, it's high potential because if the fish is there, he's there in an ambush position. He's gonna boom. So even though there's no weed, no big logs and all kinds of stuff where guys think they call lead-in cover, you don't need that all the time. it's got lead and cover, hey, that's great. It's a bonus. I'm looking for anything in the water. Bushes. Here comes a boathouse right here. It's got some rocks. Tapering shoreline. So what I do is make some longer pitches first. So crib on this corner, crib in the middle, crib on the far side. Those are the high potential spots. When I'm working it, my eyes do not go off where my line is entering the water. Or in this case, I can see the bait, just a shadow. I'm looking for shadows. Okay, one right in front. I see some boulders tapering down here. You never know. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. Dropping off good there, man. Wow. And put one right in front here. Look at those nice boulders right here. Right like that. Wow, that looks tough right there. Looks real good. Big smallmouth too. Look at that. Hey, big smallie hiding. Boathouse. Oh yeah, it looks like she's got it pretty good. Look at her fight, eh? Wow. Oh, she's got it pretty good. Hopefully she's got it real good. Okay. I'm gonna swing her in the boat. Well, I think she's got it pretty good. Let's see you, big fish. Oh boy. Look at you. Big old sow smallmouth. Sitting where the largemouth sit. The hook penetration. Perfect. X point does it again. I'd say that's a picture fish, eh? See, you work those docks and stuff, you don't know what you're gonna get sometimes. Big largemouth or big smallmouth. In that case, well, that's probably pretty good size, let's just say that. Isolated little boathouses with docks and cribs. High potential because fish that are there are gonna eat. You're going for a little drive, okay? Big old girl. That's what I'm talking about right there. A bonus. Catching smallmouth when I'm chasing largemouth on high potential spots. Whether it be arrowheads, lily pads, or a boathouse or a crib. Something for fish to ambush. Your bait comes in, I'm telling you, it's 50-50. They eat it or they don't. It sounds simple, but unless you put your bait in there, you won't know. Re-rig and hopefully get one big fat largemouth about that long. Let's see. See? Now, probably the biggest fish of the morning, maybe 5 pounds. He was where he should be, on that crib, on the corner of that dock, taking it out. And sometimes they just come off. I'm not gonna just fill this show with all kinds of cussing and beeping and blanking and stuff, but that is going through my mind right now when you lose a 5-pounder when you're working for them. I'm gonna keep at it, check my line, take a bit of a break, see if we can catch another one. Stick around. The only indication there's a log here, you see a little bit of a stick up. And it's nothing looking stuff. It's all shallow. It's right on the edge too. If it's got some weed on it, which it has a few sparse strands, that's all you need, man. You don't need a lot. A small spot like that can hold a good fish, man. You go by, you look at that kind of stuff. Small branch. Look at the tree coming in the water here, huh? Just looks like a gift. Now, does that gift include a big fat bass? Let's see if it does. Let's see if it wants to eat. Let's see if I can catch him. Yeah, it's decent. He's not big. He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. But sitting on a high potential spot. But look at the chunker, eh? Chunky. Chunky fish. Hunting him down. Chunk. Look what he's sitting on. There's nothing. Rocks. A little cedar tree there like that. One broken down one. A little fat little chunk. Look at the back on him. I'm gonna put him back real quick. Right there. Fix up my bait. Put it back in to the lion's den. Look at that. That's why I gotta use good fluoro. This Vicious makes deadly stuff, man. So just push it up like this. Over your line tie. Take the point like this. You don't want to be snagging up bushes and stuff. Push it up. This bait's gonna be torn apart. And put it right back in the lion's den. Let's see if somebody's inside here. Look at this. He bit that real fast. Maybe there was a big one in there. Come on, fish. Put it in, shake it, drop it. But that's what I'm talking about right there. One tree on a nothing looking shoreline. Sure, the fish was small. But you keep doing that. Find those little spots. I guarantee you, one time you're gonna be rewarded with a real big fat pig. And you're gonna email me and thank me. Because I said, hit the stuff that other guys don't want to hit. Or drive by and look at and think, that could hold a big fish. Let's keep going. Now look at this. See those little arrowhead patches? They're isolated things. That's all big and thick. It's really, really shallow. Could hold fish. But I'm looking at this stuff here and I'm thinking, okay, it's got a little bit of depth. They're all by themselves here. I'm thinking if a fish is sitting in this stuff, he's gonna find my bait real quick because he's in an ambush position, holding in the cover. He sees it. There's a real good chance he's gonna eat it. Hopefully he's there. Put it right in the middle. They like to sit right in the middle of that stuff. Make it as effortless as possible for that fish. And when you're bouncing that tungsten, it's hitting stuff, hitting wood, hitting the weed. I guarantee you they'll know it's there. You don't have to worry about that. Yeah, look at that. See? No gianto, but a fat-bodied little bass sitting under a dock, eh? With some grass. Look where that little X point goes. When it finds a spot, guess what happens? Fish get caught. So you know what? I'm just gonna keep doing this all day, man. Looking for potential big boy that can eat this guy. But for now, they're just giving me a little fun, playing around, going for those high potential spots, man-made stuff, and natural cover. That's all it is. What the difference is, it's just not anywhere. It's individual spots that I feel those fish are using as ambush spots. Docks with grass, pads. You don't need a lot of cover. When the sun's up like this and you got a little bit of shade, that's all you need. So I'm gonna keep tossing this little game hog around. Sliding tungsten sinker, 20 pound, Vicious fluorocarbon. It's clear water and it's tough stuff to look at. I'm pulling fish out of docks and stuff where there's all kinds of abrasions and it's smooth. Once in a while I cut it and fix it. Check the point, we'll get back at it. Okay, where is he? Under the boat or under the dock? What would you say? That's what I'm talking about. See? Dock fish. There, you big fat bass. That's what I'm talking about, see? No big giants, but I'm telling you, if you throw it in, high potential stuff, and that's high potential. Look at that boat. You can get them like that. Just a fat little bass, but boy, giving me a blast of fun, man. Look at you, huh? Ready to go? That's what it's about. Find the little obscure kind of stuff, individual things, all rocks. Look at this, rock and stuff like that. Maybe there's a fish there, but he was where he should be. Under the boat, pitch up there, watch the line. Oh, line starts going, just reel down, tighten up, then give it to him. You saw the rest. I got one little edge to fish here and see if we can finish it. Snag Proof, the world's finest weedless lures. Fishoflage, for love of the sport. Daiichi, bleeding red hooks. Catch us at ExtremeAnglerTV.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.